welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually really excited to do this video. Some videos I do and I'm like, you know, but this one I'm actually excited for. And the reason why I'm excited is because the palettes that I'm going to talk about are from a brand that I really like. Okay, I found them one day during the last holiday season on sale at Target. I had never heard of them before, and when I saw them I was like, oh my goodness, the prices, this whole collection is just bomb. So I love the packaging and everything. So anyways, the brand I'm talking about is Profusion, and what I'm specifically going to just sit here and chit chat about for a few moments is the new eyeshadow palettes that they came out with. Now, I didn't pick up all of the new eyeshadow palettes, but I did pick up a few of them. I picked up 5, I believe, of the new ones that they came out with. Now, being a lover of Profusion already, I already have several Profusion palettes in the style that I really like, which is the clear top with the nice rose gold writing on the outside. You can see the colors that are in the palette, and you get nice large size pans in these palettes, and the colors are gorgeous. So I am a owner already of a couple of the palettes that they already had out. This one is the Naturals palette. I did pick this up, have not used it yet, but I can't wait to use it. It's just a really nice basic natural looking palette, and these palettes are $10 each. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare because there's plastic on here, but these palettes are $10 each, or I think you can get them for $9.99 at Target or on the Profusion website, but basically they're $10 each. You do get a double-ended brush in their palettes, and this is what this one looks like. So this is the Naturals palette. Very pretty. This palette is actually one of my favorites. I love this palette. This is a Sultry Palette. Okay, so in this one, the brush is not in here, of course, because I've been using this palette, and so the brush is actually in my brush collection. But these are the colors here in this Sultry palette. As you can see, it really screams a nice beautiful smoky eye or a simple everyday look. So I really like this palette. One of my favorites. And the reason why I like these palettes so much is because of the clear top. I love a palette that has a clear top. I know everybody loves mirrors and they go crazy for mirrors. When you have as many palettes as I do that have mirrors in them, a lot of times you don't care. You really don't care. I actually have a separate mirror that I travel with, so it's not that big of a deal to me to not have a mirror in these palettes. If you can't tell just by looking around at my beauty space, I'm visual, very visual, and I love to see color and I love to see makeup. So that is a huge reason why I love these palettes so much. And I do like the packaging. It's nice hard plastic, very durable. I do love that as well. Also, the fact that you always get a double-ended brush in your eyeshadow palette. Now let's just go ahead and move along and talk about some of these brand new eyeshadow palettes. This one here is the Pro Pigment Palette, and you can probably guess this is the palette that I used on my eyes today. For this look that I'm wearing right now, I used this Pro Pigment palette. Gorgeous. I love it. Love it. And I'm going to do some swatches as well, but I just wanted to show you some of the palettes that I purchased. Now this one here is the Chocolates palette. This Chocolates palette here, it has some gorgeous shimmer and satin shades. It also has some nice greens and browns in here, as well as nice transition and neutral tones. So this palette is called the Chocolates palette. Next, I also purchased the Siennas palette, and all of these have 21 shadows in the pan and the dual-sided brush, as you can see. But this is the Siennas palette. So this one is really pretty as well. If you love these colors and this kind of color scheme, this palette is very nice. They also came out with some smaller palettes as well This one here is the Shimmers palette. So this one has 10 shadows in here, and they're just some really pretty shimmer shadow colors in here. You see there's a gold, a pink, I believe there's a nice like duochrome purple in there, a light green. So yeah, there's some really pretty shimmer shadows in here. And this one is called Royals, which is very pretty as well. There's a nice royal blue in there, a very pretty green, gold, some nice warm shades, and a black in there, I see. Oh, and a silver as well as a white. So this palette is actually a very nice palette. So anywho, I just wanted to show you guys some of the new palettes. They came out with some new highlighter palettes. They came out with new, I believe, blush palettes. And like I said, I didn't purchase all of the new eyeshadow palettes, but I did get quite a few of them. So let's just go ahead and do some quick swatches. This is the Chocolates palette. Now, Profusion is not like some, you know, brand that has like these super duper high quality shadows and everything. I mean, they're $10, but for $10 I think the palettes are sufficient. So let me just go ahead and show you. That's the brown, that's the green, and that's the black. So there's a green shimmer. Oh, that's like a green and gold duochrome type shimmer. And that's a gold shimmer there. So these shadows actually swatch fairly nicely for a $10 eyeshadow palette. I can definitely work with that, definitely. So you can definitely see here that these swatches are very nice. They're not, like I said, the most extremely pigmented swatches, but I think for the price, I could definitely work with. That is the Chocolates palette. Let me go ahead and just do some swatches from the Siennas palette as well. Okay, so this is the Siennas palette. Oh my goodness. Ooh. So as you can see here, some of the mattes might look a little bit chalky, but they definitely have the pigment to go ahead and create the looks from this palette. Now, I don't know if I mentioned or not, but these smaller palettes are only $5. So the larger palettes are $10 and these are only $5. So that is a really great deal for 10 shadows. Let me go ahead and just swatch this one. This one here is the Shimmers palette. So this is what this palette looks like. So in my opinion, this is definitely a very nice shimmer shadow palette to have. Very pretty. Next, let's check out this Royals palette here and see how the swatches are for this one. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm noticing that the blue is not, I mean, it actually does look like the color that's in the pan, but it's not as pigmented as I would want it to be. So that's one that I'll probably have to build up. Let me see if I can build it up a little bit more even on the swatch. Oh yeah, okay. So as you can see, you can build that blue up even more. And although this one looks white, it's actually a very light lavender shade. In person, you can see it clear as day. It's light lavender, but on the camera it's picking up like a gray or a white. And so that's just a few of the swatches from the Royals palette. Let me swatch a few more. Ooh, oh my goodness, very pretty. Okay, so let's just swatch a few more here. So that is a matte brown. That's like a shimmer copper. And that is a shimmer green. So you guys, these are some of the swatches from the Royals palette. I'm just kind of putting my hand up so you can see the swatches a bit better. But these are some of the swatches from that Royals palette. As you can see, very nice and nicely pigmented. Okay, you guys, so I just want to briefly talk about the palette that I used today, which is the Pro Pigment Palette, 21 shades. And this palette actually has kind of like a pink and lavender kind of feel to it. There's also a few neutral shades in here, but there's a lot of shimmer shadows in here. I don't know if you can see that, but there are a lot of shimmer shadows in here, and it's a little beat up because I did put my foot in this palette today. But let me just go ahead and I'll do a few swatches from this palette as well, because there are quite a few shadows in here that I didn't use. So I can really just talk about the ones that I did use. And some of these shimmer shadows, like this shadow up here, which looks like it would just be like a white shimmer shadow, is actually more of a glitter, a very fine glitter. So I would suggest, if you do buy this palette and you do decide to create a look with that, you might want to use a glitter glue, or, you know, some type of glitter primer. Oh wow, that's pretty. Because as you can see, you can even see on my eyelids that it really looks more like glitter than an eyeshadow. So I kind of played around and used it like it was a very fine glitter. But if you don't use a glitter primer or a glitter glue, you are going to get fallout all over your cheeks. So as you can see, this palette has some really nice shimmer shadows in here, as well as some nice decent matte shades. You can really create some nice pinky purple type of looks with a nice shimmer, or you can do just an all matte look if you want to, but you have a lot of options. Now, my thoughts on using this palette is pigmented. There's no question about that. It's pigmented. I didn't have any problems or issues with applying the color to my lid. It was there immediately. I would say the issue that I had was, like I said earlier, with this white shade here. It looks like it's just going to be a regular white shimmer, but it's actually more of a fine glitter. So definitely I would suggest using a glitter primer or something if you're going to put that all over your lid. As you can see, I did actually kind of play around with it and create a design on my lid with it as though it was glitter. But I did have fallout all over under my eyes. But that's it, you guys. I really just wanted to kind of share these new Profusion palettes that I did purchase. They do have a website, profusioncosmetics.com, I believe, where you can order from their website, and it really doesn't take that long to get to me. I am in California, and they are located in California, I believe, so that might be why I get my stuff so quickly. But they are pretty fast on the shipping. You only have to spend, I think, like $25 to get free shipping. So, you know, you pick yourself up, you know, like 2 big palettes and 1 small palette, and you got you some free shipping, okay? So just wanted to share that with you guys on these palettes that are beautiful, pigmented. They work very well, and they are a great deal. So hopefully you enjoyed watching me struggle with trying to get these swatches on this camera and trying to get all of these palettes, you know, out and about so you guys can see them. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Toodles!